What's up, everybody, and welcome to Life by the Book, where we're taking life one book at a time, or in this week's case, 20 books at a time, because today we've got a book haul, your all favorite video. Actually, let me know what your favorite type of video is in the comments down below. Also, we are in the new apartment. I'm super pumped about this. Let me know if you want to see the apartment in an upcoming video. I will absolutely do that for you guys. Let me know. So today for the haul, these are books that I've acquired over the last months, probably since actually COVID first hit. I'm gonna go over them in brief. We don't wanna make this video too long, but get your snacks, get your drinks. This is gonna be an awesome sit down chat about some awesome books that you guys need to check out. And the first book we have is One by One by Ruth Ware, and this follows 9 co-workers on a work retreat. Tensions rise inside and outside of their cottage. An avalanche threatens. Will they survive? Book number 2 is Misery by Stephen King. If you don't know what this is about, we follow our main character Paul, who has actually been in a car accident, and his nurse is his biggest fan. Now Paul is about to write a new book, and he is killing off his nurse's favorite character. She hates this. She captures him and imprisons him at her house and tries to convince him with an axe, needles, and a blowtorch to write a book just for her. Book number 3 is another book by Stephen King, one of his more popular books. Some would say the best Stephen King of all time. That is The Stand. A patient escapes a biological testing facility, unknowingly carrying a deadly weapon, a mutated strand of a super flu that will wipe out 99% of the world's population in just a few weeks. 2 leaders emerge, a good leader and a bad leader. The good leader encourages a peaceful community to be built, and the bad leader loves violence. Which leader will the people choose to follow as they seek to survive this pandemic? Book number 4 is The Kingdom of Back, a super fun historical fiction following the sister of Wolfgang Mozart. And the sister's name is Nannerl Mozart, and she just wants to be remembered. Her brother outshines her in everything music, and she just wants to be remembered. So then, basically, a magical genie arrives and presents her the opportunity for that wish to be granted, but it will cost her everything. Fun historical fiction. If you saw that in our vacation vlog, I'll tag that in the cards right here. I picked this up very quickly when I saw it. I had been looking for it for a while. Super fun historical fiction. Check out The Kingdom of Back. Book number 5 is Heart of Flames. This is by Nikki Palpredo. I believe that's how you say that name. This is the sequel to Crown of Feathers, and this follows many characters who are all fighting in this war between the Phoenix Riders and the Empire. They're fighting for many different reasons, and we follow them and see how much they're willing to risk for their prospective reason of fighting. This has tons of politics, intrigue, and war. Super fun if you're into that sort of thing. Book number 6 of this haul is Leviathan Wakes, and we're actually reading this month in the Shelf Space Book Club. Basically, all of space has been colonized by humanity except for the stars. They cannot reach the stars. There's a small quest that happens, and on this quest there's a spaceship, an abandoned spaceship, that is discovered. And also discovered are secrets of war, unless they can figure out why this spaceship was abandoned and who abandoned it. This says Leviathan Wakes is the science fictional equivalent to a Game of Thrones. And also the author of Game of Thrones says a kick-butt space opera. Book number 7 is American Gods, a mega popular book that follows our main character Shadow along with Mr. Wednesday. Shadow is on his way home from prison, and he meets Mr. Wednesday, who offers him a job to serve as his bodyguard, his errand boy, and his driver. And on the journey of this job, Shadow discovers that Mr. Wednesday knows more about him than probably he even knows about himself, and also that the past never dies, and there's a war brewing for the soul of America. Book number 8 is Neverwhere, and Neverwhere follows our main character Richard, who helps a bleeding girl one day, just an act of kindness, and he gets drawn into the world of Neverwhere, where there's monsters, there's saints, there's good and evil, and then Richard meets Dor. Yes, Dor, who is the girl he actually helped. Dor has vowed revenge against the people who murdered her family, and also against all the evil that is in Neverwhere. The only way that Richard can escape back to the world that he knows is to help Dor seek revenge. The next book is Know My Name by Chanel Millers, I believe how you say her name, and she is a victim of sexual assault. There is a heavy trigger warning along with it. Your thoughts on sexual assault will be challenged. Your belief on what is acceptable will be challenged, and you will also uncover the truth that there is such a thing, and it is a beautiful thing, called healing. So any of you that have been through something like that evil of sexual assault, you can heal, and this book offers that encouragement. The next book is Night by Elie Wiesel, I believe is how you say his name, and he was taken to a concentration camp as a teenager, and this is basically his account of his memories of his family dying, also of the death of his own innocence. We see an in-depth look at what it was to be in a concentration camp. This book is a book about what happened in the concentration camps and why it can never happen again. Also, the next book following along with Night is The Holocaust, and this has been called the greatest history of the Holocaust ever written. And it follows the how, why that the Holocaust happened, the origins, and the developments of the Holocaust. I am very, very intrigued by the Holocaust. The slaughtering of so many people and the evil that is the Holocaust is something that just can never, ever, ever happen again. If you are wanting to know more about the Holocaust, how it happened, why it happened, and the madness behind it, check out this book, because again, this is being called the greatest history of the Holocaust ever written. The next book is Nightmare by Chad Nicholas, and this was so kindly sent to me by the author, so I'm very thankful for that. And it follows our main character, Scott, whose past is coming to life around him, and his life literally becomes a living nightmare. This book has recently released, so I do believe it is on sale now. Book number 13 is Ages of Entanglement by R.L. Jackson, and this also was so kindly sent to me by the author. An illness was brought on by quantum entanglement. Basically, all of humanity was wiped out. Humanity had tapped into the power of quantum entanglement to basically try and alter the essence of human existence. 3 decades later, Samson has lost all hope. He's still looking for his family. He believes they survived, and he meets a girl named Serene, and they journey together to a rumored utopian island. Will they make it there? Will they help each other in their own quest for finding their family? Super intriguing book. Again, a self-published book sent to me by the author. Check out Ages of Entanglement. The next book, I'm not going to try and pronounce the author's name, but it is Between the World and Me, and Toni Morrison says this is required reading. This book takes a look at what it means to be black and how we can overcome the stain of racism in America. Between the World and Me is a National Book Award winner. I am super looking forward to this one. It offers solutions on how we can defeat racism. And I can assure you, racism is, for whatever reason, alive and well in this country, and it needs to die. Books 15 through 19 are Fredrik Backman books, okay? Fredrik Backman writes a ton of feel-good stories and books with lessons in them, things that we can take away and apply to our own lives. So the first one that we're going to look at is And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. This follows an elderly man who is trying his very best to hold on to his most precious memories, and also a family who's doing their best to care for this elderly man while also trying to find the courage to let go. Many people have dealt with this in their own personal lives, and this book is so touching. Super short. You could read this in an hour or two. The next book by Fredrik Backman is Anxious People. This is his most recent book, and it follows a bank robber, and actually many other people. The failed bank robber enters into an apartment open house and takes everyone there hostage. Now, everyone who is there is not who they seem. They all seem to be hiding something about themselves. They're all, including the bank robber, seem to be seeking rescue. As media and authorities, police surround the premises, all of the people in this apartment start revealing things about themselves, and what happens next, not even they can explain. Book number 17, the third one by Frederick Bachman, is A Man Called Ove. And Ove is the grumpiest old man you'll ever meet. He thinks everyone else is just a bunch of idiots. Bring in the family who moves next door to him, and as they're moving in, they accidentally destroy his mailbox with their U-Haul. What follows is a community's reassessment of the man that they all thought they had figured out. Some takeaways from this book are that life is sweeter when you do it with other people, and that first impressions are sometimes unreliable, and also all you need is Ove. Beartown by Frederick Bachman. Wow, I cannot wait to get to this one. Beartown is a town in a forest that is not known for much, except now they have a junior hockey team that is competing in the national semifinals. So a lot of pressure rests on this team, actually all of this town's hopes and dreams. The semifinals game actually serves as the catalyst for a violent act that leaves a young girl traumatized and a community in turmoil. In this story of a small forest town, Frederick Bachman has found the entire world. The last book by Frederick Bachman is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. And Elsa is very close to her grandmother, who actually passes away and leaves a series of letters apologizing to people who she has wronged. Her grandmother's instructions lead her to an apartment building full of misfits, attack dogs, and monsters, and also the truth of a grandmother like no other. Trader's Blade, this is Greatcoats number 1, and this follows the Greatcoats, who are the 144 elite men and women who travel the land upholding the king's law, until the day that the dukes step in and murder the king. But the king has left the Greatcoats instructions on how to restore order in the world. He left these instructions right before he died, and the Greatcoats, through this series, go on a quest to restore order. Once again, this is part 1 of this book haul. There will be part 2, potentially part 3. This is a 55 plus book haul. That was the first 20. Let me know if you want me to break it up into smaller videos, how you want me to do this. But as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment all those comments down below. Share this with one person. And hey, many of you watching this are not subscribed. Let me encourage you, join this journey with us, subscribe to this channel. I post bookish content every single Saturday, and I love it. I want you to come along with me on this journey. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.